Hey, warriors. I keep hearing people talk about quantum energy technology. So let's clear this up if I can. Okay. First of all, quantum is obviously a real word, it comes from physics. It describes how things behave at the smallest level of reality: atoms, particles, energy interactions. And at that level, things don't behave, I guess, the way that we expect. There's uncertainty, probability, non local behavior. So, yes, I get that that is fascinating. Okay. Anyways, but here's where it, it gets shitty for me, I guess. A lot of products, probably shitty for other people too, but definitely for me, a lot of products and ideas, they use that word quantum, okay, without actually being based in real, quantum physics. In other words, they're full of shit, okay? I mean, come on. They use it because it sounds advanced, it sounds mysterious and powerful. But most of the damn time, there's no real scientific connection behind these products. And that doesn't mean everything is fake. I'm not saying that. There are real quantum technologies, okay? Quantum computing, quantum sensors, quantum encryption. Those are real, okay? But, dude, but, okay? They're highly technical. And they're not something you're wearing as jewelry or plugged in at your house. I mean, come on. So, where does that leave people who, I don't know. It needs to leave your ass right in the middle, is where it needs to leave you. Curious but discerning. Because, just because something, I guess, uses the word energy, doesn't mean that it's doing what it claims. And I'm a bit irritated by this because there is people pushing these products that I actually trusted. Pretty notable people, actually. And then I hear them pushing this kind of thing. I mean, I guess if, these people that are so notable that they've been proving themselves all over town to be conscious and aware, need devices like this, what does that say about them? I mean, honest to God. You know, like I said, just because something is using the word energy doesn't mean it does what they claim that it does. And it's not just that either. You know, science hasn't fully explained, I guess, I don't know. I guess what I'm saying is that in science hasn't fully explained, that something doesn't mean that the explanation is incorrect or correct. So I'm just saying, because I obviously know, okay, I say it constantly. They, a lot of things that aren't proven in science, to us anyways, is only because they don't want us to have that proof. Okay? I get that. I know this. I do. Okay? But at the same time, I still have issue with these quantum energy technologies because I mean, there's quite a bit of reasons. But honestly, so if you hear quantum energy technology, you need to ask yourself seriously because some of this shit is quite expensive. And I was about, before I really actually sat and thought about it, I was actually thinking about buying something that was like almost 2 grand. That's a lot of money for some people, you know? Um, so if you are hearing people talk about these, you need to seriously ask yourself, is this, actually based in real science, or are they just using that language to sell a product? I mean, seriously, to make it sound more powerful, I guess, than what it is. Because honestly, at this point in the game, understanding that difference is what is going to keep you grounded. And right now, that is what matters more than anything as far as I'm concerned. Love you.